I wanted to share a little bit about the smart field technology, and this is an area where you can really gain some efficiencies within your report. And it's been a little while since I've talked about these, and so I want to spend just a little bit of time and talk about how you can build these summaries. And we're very open to helping you build these. If you have a paragraph that you like to put as a summary, we can help you to create a template for that. And there are a couple of them that are the defaults. So in the seller concession, this is going to be the DataMaster default. You can change that if you would like. And under the REO sales section, this is also the DataMaster default. These are dynamic, meaning that they change as your data changes. Even if I were to change the effective date, this information is going to change relevant to the effective date. A good example of that is the foreclosures here. If you can see this, it says the data used in the grid above does not indicate that there were any REO or short sales or other distressed properties associated with the reported transactions. You'll see there's no data in there. I can show you though that this is dynamic. If I go into the details, let's say I just look at the last 3 months. So this is very handy to be able to look at the last 12 months. And if you've brought in more data, it's actually going to have all the data in here. The 7 to 12 month, I can look at just what the 4 to 6 month is, tells me what the current status is, what the status was during that time period or on the last day of that time period. But if I go here to the 0 to 3 months, these are the most recent. Any of these columns can be moved around, and you can also click on them and sort. So now I have the most recent sale. Let's say that this most recent sale was an REO, and that actually this number 4 here was also an REO sale. I can edit this, click these two, and hit Save Changes. And now when we go back to the 1004 MC, you'll see that this paragraph has completely changed. It says now the Utah real estate, that's my MLS, indicates that there were 36 closed sales in the past 12 months, and 2 of those were either foreclosures or short sales, which is 6% of the total transactions. So these paragraphs we call smart field technology, and they're data driven. Every one of these data points is available to you to write a paragraph based on the data that's there. This is one that I use in every one of my reports in my summary, in the summary section. And I'm going to show you what it looks like and how easy it is to edit it. So let's all that you do is highlight within, and then a little menu pops up. You click on that menu and you can create templates. So if I have a rural market, here's my template for rural market. Here's my default. You can create all sorts of different templates. If you work different parts of your market or different times of the year, maybe you have some areas that, you know, if you're doing an ocean view or, you know, on the river or something like that, upper end properties, you may want this to be different. So I'm gonna go in and just go into this rural market one and show you how you can create these. I'm gonna hit edit, and basically it says that there are, so this is my paragraph, and then anything in bracket is a data point. And the way we get these data points is by inserting the calculated value. So we have about 125 data fields that you can craft a comment over. or around for the 1004MC. And then we also have a bunch of them for the neighborhood market, for the subject property individually. So the number of stories, architect type, all of these are data points that you can create paragraphs for. And so if there's something, there's literally hundreds and hundreds of them here. If you have a paragraph that you'd like us to help you to format, just let us know, reach out to our sales support team, and we can help you. If you're also interested in some of the defaults that I use, I'm happy to share those as well. Just let me know, and I'm happy to share them. One thing that you'll see is I use some of these templates in other parts of my report. They don't necessarily have to stay within the 1004MC. For example, the data source here, I use this field, and there's a little statement here that if concessions are relevant or prominent within a particular market that I'm working, I will use this statement. I don't have to type everything. I can just copy and paste it into my addendum somewhere else within the report. And so you can do that as well. You can make these as long as you need. There's no limitation on them, and they'll flow into the addendums for the different software programs that you use. So that's our smart field technology.